So today I was looking at my calendar of content upcoming and realized we're actually kind of a bit closer to season 4 than I really thought. And yes, we're still 2+ weeks away, but in terms of content we'll have here on the channel, I don't know if I want to say it's busier of a schedule, but we've got a few projects upcoming with the coverage of Battlefield Season 5 over the next week or so leading up to and with a launch of it. And then at the same time, we'll have some like retrospective content here coming along with some other stuff. But when we look at it, we'll see our first real looks at season 4 a little bit outside of what I've already got planned for the next week or so. Today I wanted to take some time and detail some new leaks that recently came out, but as well kind of doing everything that we know, all-encompassing videos so far for season 4 and what you should be aware of from a top-down level. As we go along, drop your thoughts on what you hope makes it into Modern Warfare 2's 4th season. Perhaps it's second to last if the rumors are to be believed as the timetable of events. But if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you in the community. Finally, check out my friends over at Gamer Advantage, but more on them a little bit later. For now, let's talk about season 4, what we know of, and what is anticipated to be coming with the new season. So perhaps the biggest thing here that is anticipated out of this and what has some credible backing behind it in terms of recent leaks is a new Warzone map. Now, it doesn't seem to be any large-scale map like Al Mazrah or anything like that, but instead, surprisingly, it looks to be another resurgence map again if all things do check out. A couple of months ago, we ended up seeing that there was a leak all the way back from December internally where the internal scheduling and everything for each season was leaked out, where that had mentioned in season 4 we'd end up seeing a small map introduced. Now, small map is usually the verbiage used for Warzone content. 6v6 or traditional multiplayer is usually used for that multiplayer aspect. Battle maps is the wording used for ground war maps. So when it's mentioned gunfight maps as well as a small map, it kind of points towards this being a resurgence map of some kind. Now, this was something that these timetables didn't necessarily match up entirely from what was previously scheduled in December to where we are now looking back at that point. So personally, if we didn't have additional leaks that pointed towards another map coming here, I would have around the time that leak and even still up until a couple of weeks ago would have said, okay, that's probably just Ashika being moved up from season 4 to when we saw it introduced with season 2. At that point, it seemed like numbers were hemorrhaging from Warzone 2 and they were kind of just throwing everything to see what sticks and what could end up drawing players back. So if that was the case, that would have made sense. I mean, we saw that happen with a multiplayer map. Himmelmat Expo wasn't supposed to be in season 2 Reloaded. It was supposed to be later on down the line. That was even confirmed by Call of Duty and Infinity Ward. So it would make sense if that were to happen again. However, with recent data mines, it points towards a new map called Vondel coming, in which this was even commented on by Charlie Intel, where he said it is not the map for this upcoming fall. That again, as we've talked about plenty of times already, seems to be Las Almas, another map that's already found within the world of Modern Warfare 2 in that established universe, plus the TAC map's already in the game as is, with multiplayer maps in the ground war and regular 6v6 fashion actually lining up with that TAC map altogether. But that's a different story for a different day. But there was recently with the Season 3 Reloaded update, a placeholder image that was the loading screen here, where it was a low poly, not fully textured or anything like that image, but it showcased Vondel and a bit of the overall experience that we see upcoming, a little bit of that upcoming world. Now, with it being a resurgence map, I'm expecting it to be comparable to Ashika Island in sizing, maybe a little bigger, maybe a little smaller, but I'm also expecting it then to be a DMZ location, not necessarily a multiplayer one like Ground War. That was previously rumored for Ashika Island, but we never saw that come over into Ground War. But that's the big thing here. That's kind of what a lot of people are expecting to come with season 4. Beyond that, though, we also saw in multiplayer a little bit more in terms of the operators leaking. Nikto from Modern Warfare 2019, honestly, I think one of the more badass operators of Modern Warfare 2019, he was leaked as of recently, as with another operator named Heather. Now, of course, we do also have at some point a licensed operator, another crossover at some point with this seemingly being a seasonal thing, also corroborated by that leak back in December internally with Activision memos, but that's something to consider as well. We saw recently 2 melee weapons introduced here into the game files, the Buzzsaw and the Axe, but no real ranged weapons were introduced as of Season 3 Reloaded. But that said, previously we had seen a handful of them, 10+ weapons previously leaked. So those being the SIG MCX Spear, the Helion, the APC-45, the Tavor TS-12, the WA-2000, the Staccato 2011, the Malyuk, the APC-9, the Kama, Kali Sticks, and Swords, those last 3 being melee weapons. So those, of course, any number of those could be coming. We're right around the average of about 4 per season. Maybe if they want to get crazy with it, we'll see 5 like we did in season 2, but that base of 4 is right around what you can expect. Now, we'll also see new events, new challenges, which one is leaked to be tied to Vondel's launch, and surprisingly, another one tied to some sort of seasonal challenges. So whether or not there's crossover where you get additional challenges for Vondel, or if there's actually two separate seasonal events coming with Season 4, that's something to consider. But then also we'll end up seeing new camo challenges at mid-season alongside that. That's personally, honestly, what I think is one of my favorite things out of Modern Warfare 2 so far this postseason, the mid-season updates in particular. The raids have been pretty cool with nice rewards to grind out as of Season 2 Reloaded last season, and the one recently with Season 3 Reloaded. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can end up getting with Season 4 in terms of DMZ Easter eggs, raid Easter eggs, new camo challenges. I'm all for that kind of stuff. Now, additional known content, but details are still unconfirmed, jumping over into what we know will be coming, but isn't quite necessarily detailed in any regards, is new ranked seasons, both for Warzone and multiplayer. Now, multiplayer's ranked play, it seems like the refreshes are kind of standard at this point. We know what to expect, but Warzone ranked, it may actually be out of that air quote beta tag at that point. But also, I'd wager we see some changes to reward content since we'll have a full season to work with rather than have to grind out the rewards for those that want to go get it. I'd also imagine we get some new DMZ content, perhaps a new faction coming at some point. That one is a little bit unconfirmed, but it kind of seems like this mold of the new faction with 3 tiers up front and 2 at mid-season could be a standard going forward. But the one thing that I'm very curious to see what it evolves into and will be coming just based off the timing here of what we see with Season 4 is a Modern Warfare 3 reveal event. We talked about that. I don't know when this video is going to go up just yet on the channel, a couple of days ago here, where the Modern Warfare 3 reveal right now is rumored to be, from insiders, August 1st. That is about a week and a half before we end up seeing the Season 5 tentative launch date if we're taking it month over month, where June 14th is that launch, July 12th is about mid-season. So we'll see right around that sort of second week of August potentially being that Season 5 refresh, which would take us to right around August 9th. So that's about a week, a little bit over that from when that event could eventually happen. So within Season 4, at the tail end of that, we should have some sort of official confirmation, some official reveal for what the upcoming Call of Duty game will be. Right now, it's rumored that that will be an event that happens just like Black Ops Cold War, just like Vanguard's reveals within Warzone 2.0. But again, right now we don't know just yet. It's just that timing, it matches up perfectly to the point where you can expect that in Season 4. Now, as for the other basic details, Season 4 is launching on June 14th. Again, I'm expecting a pre-build-up about a week out at this point. So not this upcoming week from the 29th to the 4th, but instead perhaps starting like June 7th or something like that. So next week here following that. But that said, that is where we're at here at this. That is what we've heard so far about Season 4, what you should be aware of, and what may be on the distant horizon as well. Before we wrap everything up though, make sure you check out my friends over at Gamer Advantage for the best blue light glasses on the market. I've worked with these guys for over 2 years now, and they have been without a doubt one of the most beneficial partners to my daily productivity. Sitting on a desk for 8 to 10 hours a day, it's definitely something you start to feel that fatigue and it weighing on your eyes. So having tried just about every pair on Amazon you could find, I promise you Gamer Advantage are head and shoulders above anything you'd find there. A little bit more of an investment, but then again, your vision I think is worth investing in. Gamer Advantage are the most comfortable, lightweight, and durable frames on the market, and they're clinically proven with a lot more information, a lot more studies over on their website than I can describe here in the video. If you'd like to learn more, head on over to the link in the description below and you can find all of that we just mentioned. But also, if you want to pick something up for yourself, use code ESPRESSO for 10% off your entire order. But for now, that's what we're going to call it. So let me know your thoughts down below. Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to here in regards to Season 4 content? Anything you hope makes its way over into Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, DMZ? Let me know down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and of course, anything Season 4 related. We got you covered. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is ESPRESSO. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.